if it carries on recording.
What you mean, like a ramble, like we normally have?
Yeah,
when we start
like
these
when we're,
things?
you're meant to put some words in at the beginning, where we're just chatting, catching up, wishing everyone a new year.
A chatalogue.
A chatalogue, or as some might call it, a preamble.
But the Danger Club podcast have already monopolised that one.
They've copyrighted it, so we've got to pay them royalties if we do that.
They refer to the preamble quite a lot, so I think they copyrighted it. Preamble, yeah.
Preamble.
That's it. Dan and the rest of the DCP boys, if you are listening, we now owe you royalties. Have fun claiming
we
them. Because we've got no money.
Why would you say that? What a silly thing to say.
Right, is this it? Is this the one? Is it finally going to work?
We've almost hit a minute.
58, 59, 60.
It's still going.
It's still going.
We've gone up,
I think
1 minute 3. Yeah, right.
I think that's a good sign. Let's get.
My camera has gone black.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Yes, your image is frozen.
Okay, as long as you can hear me.
We can hear you.
It's quite a funny picture as well. I've had to screenshot that for later use. But I think this is it. I think we can attempt to record at the very least.
Dear listener, we have had half an hour of technical difficulties getting this record together, especially for you. That's what I said. We've had half an hour.
It's an hour.
It was an hour, Stu.
It's
8 now.
Dear listener, we've had an hour of technical difficulties. God, I mean, time has become meaningless.
It really has.
Did we get affected by the new Y2K bug that happened this year?
Was there a new Y2K this year? Did that actually happen?
Yeah. So, I am going to fudge the explanation of it because I don't know. But the whatever bit integer that they use, when the date ticked over to 2022, the integer was too small to cope with the date.
What it was. When they started using two-digit years to save space, back in the old days. So what they told computers to get around the Y2K thing was that if the number of the year is, I think it was 21 or 22 or above, that means it's 20th century. If it's below, it means it's 21st century. So I guess that we suddenly had another Y2K problem in 2021 or 2022 when suddenly computers think, oh, we're back in the 20th century again.
Yeah, so it's just it's I think it's the 32-bit thing. It just can't. The number it is just above it. Yeah. And the main organisation that uses that was Microsoft. So all the emails stopped working and servers couldn't receive it and they had to send emails out.
You'd have thought in 20 years after Y2K they'd have addressed that. Yeah. Or then it would have just been, those systems wouldn't be around anymore. But
bear in mind there were people in the 1970s warning about Y2K.
Yeah, and bear in mind
didn't do anything until 1999.
When I started work at the BBC in 1997, they bought a new financial system for the entire BBC. They bought it in 1994, and it wasn't Y2K compliant. So then they decided, okay, we're going to have a new enterprise-ready, enterprise-wide system based on SAP, and we're going to get that ready. And they went into partnership with all these consultancies and whatever, working flat out, hiring all these contractors to work on a new financial system, realised it wasn't going to be ready in time for Y2K, so then had to go and buy a third financial system just to get them over the hump. Your license fee money at work.
Yeah.
I mean that would explain why it's so damn expensive these days, because they're still paying the debt off from 3 times.
Oh, good, yeah. Yeah,
well, it's like climate change. They've been warning about this for fucking decades, and they're still not doing anything about it. Nothing meaningful that will actually have any proper impact.
There we go. So Y2K, climate change, all the big issues of today here on Tales from the 20 side.
Yes. Any vaccine refusers here or anti-maskers?
Not amongst our current flock, I don't think.
Perhaps amongst our listeners.
I'm boosted. I've got my 5G coming in loud and clear.
I'm boosted. That's maybe that's Darren's problem. He hasn't had his booster shot.
He hasn't had his booster.
I have had my booster, and then I got COVID. But I was symptomless. But I tested positive like the day before I was due to go away for Christmas. So I spent 10 days, 7 or 8 days in my flat, self-isolating. Bugger all in to eat.
My daughter tested positive, and she was on her 10th day of isolation when they announced, "Oh, you've only got to stay in isolation for 7 days now."
Well, I tested negative for 2 days, so I went over to see Suze for New Year's Eve, and then on the Sunday I was like, I'll test again because I'm due to go back to work tomorrow, and I tested fucking positive for 2 days straight, and then negative for 2 days straight, and I've been testing negative since. But I didn't have any symptoms. Suze had it. My neighbours had it. They were fine. Suze was rough with it for like a few days, cough and a headache and stuff. But yeah, I felt fine. I was just annoyed, really. But I suppose it's a good thing that I felt fine.
Yes.
But generally, most of December was bullshit.
I've managed to avoid it so far, which is probably just as well, because feeling like absolute shit, coughs, headaches is my standard day. I mean, I literally every day wake up feeling like I've been hit by a bus, so God knows what I'd be like if I got it.
Okay, well, speaking of getting hit by a bus, that doesn't work. But I need.
It does. Believe in yourself.
I needed to bring the room back to my attention somehow. So,
are you trying to welcome the listeners?
I am, because it's been. I tried to do it 5 minutes ago, and Neil took it off me.
I know you did, and it's horrible when people digress onto other subjects, which reminds me at this time.
Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast, despite all the evidence to the contrary. My name is Dom, and I'm a GM for this game and for many other games, and I'm joined by Stu.
Happy New Year, listeners.
I'm joined by Neil.
Happy New Year.
I'm joined, hopefully, by Darren.
Ugh. Happy New Year.
And I'm joined by Amy.
Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year from me as well. It's good to be back. It's been a while since we've done one.
It is lovely to see all your faces again.
November.
It would be lovely to see yours if we could see it. It was lovely to see it briefly.
Yeah,
I did enjoy it. I enjoyed that. One for the bank.
You don't want too much of a good thing, Neil.
So Darren appears to have had a makeover. His face now looks like a blue camera icon with the words "loading video" beneath it.
Yeah. I did just realise we're all saying Happy New Year. Well, the listeners have already had an episode this year already. But
yeah, they have.
It's our
well, I
first time
take
getting
that
together.
back then.
I take it back then.
Yeah.
I hope everything's been shit for the last week.
Yeah,
I didn't think to wish anyone a Happy New Year back in November when we recorded it.
Yeah, this is our happy New Year. So hope it's been a lovely festive period for everybody involved.
We'll try to be more prompt for the financial New Year in April, shall we?
Yeah. Actually, now you say finances and hope it's been a good year. So I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here, because I said in the last episode about a certain job that I did that were slow in paying me. Well, they've paid me, so I'm not really about that. But I did a job doing playing a certain seasonally significant character, as we like to say, and he is being an utter arse about paying me.
Is he still being an arse? Because you were telling me about this a couple of weeks ago in our home games, Stu.
Oh yeah, he has been very, very difficult, and it looks like I might be having to pursue him through courts.
Blimey.
Send him my way. I've got a bunch of D6.
I did a shoot recently, but I am not going to talk about it on air or during the podcast. I'll save it for after, because I've got some pretty unpleasant things to say.
Fair enough. Cool. Right, so as we are kind of on borrowed time a little bit for this evening, not least because the recording might crap out at any second.
So that's Doom Laden, isn't it? You're on borrowed time here, folks.
Shall we get back into our game, folks?
Yes!
Do it!
What the fuck? Yeah.
Because I'm sure our characters are on borrowed time with this bone grinder thing.
I mean, it's just a giant windmill called the bone grinder that is literally used to grind human bones up. What could possibly go wrong?
Recycling.
That's okay then,
All
if it's
for it.
human bones. That doesn't bother me.
It's a millstone. What's to be frightened of a millstone?
Oh, I felt like I've had one round my neck for many years, mate.
There you go. Just before we do actually get into the game properly, I very quickly wanted to make an apology to you, Stu.
Oh.
Because I've been listening back through a bunch of old episodes recently, sort of trying to plan ahead for the campaign going forward, and I realised that I've been quite flippant about your character's name.
Alwyn.
The whole Alwyn, Alwyn thing. Like, I did it once as a joke, and then I realised on listening back through that I kept doing it. And so no, legitimately, Stu, I want to apologise to you for that, and also to any of our listeners who may have been affected by that, because I've got friends within the trans community, and I do understand how hurtful it can be when someone doesn't recognise your right to self-identify with your own name and things. So yeah, going forward, I will use Alwyn's proper name, and I won't be making as much of an issue of that as I have previously.
Oh, bless you, mate. Well, thank you on behalf of Alwyn. I personally did not feel affected by it, but that's a good shout in case any of the listeners did. But and yeah, thank you for saying.
That's all right. So yeah, as mentioned, that's an apology from me, mostly to Stu, but also to the rest of you guys if I've ever kind of misnamed your characters, and particularly to any of our listeners who may have heard me doing that and thought I was being an insensitive arsehole, because you were correct.
I think you'd have a job misnaming my character.
Brother Amoose.
I shall henceforth be known as Count Pimpula.
Brother Anus.
That's my stage name.
That's a stage name on a Saturday night.
That's how they know you around the clubs.
Yeah.
You
all right.
See what you've set off now, Dom.
I know exactly what I've started, and for this, I'm not apologetic.
No.
There we go. All right then, folks. Let's get back into the game. As mentioned before, we do have only limited time now that all the gremlins have been dealt with. So, bringing us back into our game, our group of adventurers, Alwyn Templeton, Brother Amos, Otto von Niederschläger, and Della Thornbury have just left the city of Whitethrone, sort of making their way toward a location on the outskirts of the city known as the Bone Grinder, which is a large windmill where the majority of the city's dead are kind of, I suppose, interred is the wrong term. They're more recycled into other things that are used around the city. They have come out here on a scouting mission of sorts, because as part of their arrangement with Solvig Erdal, the leader of the Herald of Summer's Return, they have agreed to investigate the whereabouts of a missing cell of his people who had gone missing following being ratted out by a mole within their group. Solvig believes that one of two places they could have been taken to is the Bone Grinder, and the party have decided to come up here first and basically have a little explore around the place. And that's kind of where we bring ourselves back in. So, just for your own benefit, because it has been a while since we played, the four of you have literally just left the gates of White Throne behind you. It is currently sort of middle evening time, about sort of 7 or 8 o'clock at night. The sun has long since gone down, but the city itself is still alive to a degree. All the streets are lit. You do see a few people still going about their business in the evening time. But kind of as you step outside the gates of White Throne, you look. You immediately see your destination kind of in front of you and off to the right. You see that there is a massive windmill. As previously described, it's perhaps 100 feet tall, 60 feet on a side, and all the sides of it are concaved kind of inwards. There is a gigantic six-bladed propeller kind of spinning slowly around the mill itself, and in the center of the propeller there is the skull of some massive and long dead creature. And that really is where we bring ourselves back in. So, adventurers, what would you like to do?
Well, we're heading for the windmill.
Does the skull have horns?
Do they do tours? Perhaps we can go on
a guided tour.
A guided tour of the facility. Yes.
Sorry, Della. What was your question there?
Oh, does the skull have horns?
The skull does have horns. It has 3 horns, two on either side of its head, and 1/3 coming out the center.
And does it rotate with the blades? So it's turning around, or is it fixed in the centre?
It's fixed in the centre. The blades rotate around it.
Oh, because it would have been funny if the head was.
It was just spinning around. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but that creates an imbalance, and it'd mean that the blades were turning quicker at some points and slower at the others, and windmills can't work that way. Yes. Oh, shut up again. Yeah.
I suspect we are going to end up burning it to the ground anyway. So.
What is the plan when we get there then?
Well, we're just going to have a look, aren't we?
Yeah, as a reminder, this is all happening kind of just after you finished the fight in the Shrine of the Everbloom, where you fought off some ghouls that were attacking the secret hideout of the Heralds. So I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, you're free to do different as you see fit, but your plan here was basically to come out and try and scout the Bone Grinder a bit, and then perhaps attempt to do something more active in the morning.
I mean, I'm just throwing this out there. If we see injustice, if we see good people being tortured, bad people being tortured, I don't give a shit about, but good people being tortured, then,
You're so judgmental.
Well,
good
yes.
people, bad people.
Yes. Spoken like a true bad person there, yes.
I've noticed this.
We can't let injustice.
Can't all be perfect, but you cannot improve if you cannot recognise your. We all have our faults. I'm the first to admit mine.
And what if we get there and we discover this cell and they are scheduled for termination tonight? We can't.
Then I think
let's come back tomorrow. Then
no, I think we should be judgmental and
yes,
and perhaps even hasty in our actions.
I mean, you're saying judgmental like it's a bad thing.
Oh no, I'm saying it like it's a neutral thing.
It's an essential thing.
It's the whole good people, bad people thing, because I have been called a bad person in the past. Believe it or not.
In the last 2 minutes.
As Alwyn and Otto were talking, Della would like to move up to get a better view, and if she can see what's going, like, does it look like there's a lot of people around? Can I get a good sense of that?
Sure. Okay. So, you sort of, as Otto and Alwyn are kind of discussing amongst themselves behind you, Della sort of steps away from the group and a bit further toward the windmill to get a closer look. The first thing you notice, Della, as you get a bit closer, you see that the windmill itself is in the centre of a much larger compound. There is a fence a wooden fence that runs all the way around the outside. On the side that you can see there is kind of looks to be almost perhaps a market of sorts. You see that there are a number of smaller wooden stalls that are arrayed between the windmill and the fence on the side that you enter. Given that it's nighttime, there doesn't seem to be a lot of activity. Certainly, you see nobody coming or going from the windmill at this time. You do notice that there are two winter guard stationed on the gate itself, seemingly as sentries or guards or something. Beyond that, let's have a perception roll, please, Della. As you
Okay. Let's find my D20. 14. 25.
Okay. So as you inspect a bit further, you do notice, Della, that in addition to these sentries on the gate, you do see patrols of winter guard. There's a mix of trolls and humans, sort of patrolling the outside. Troll Patrol. It's a spin-off from Paw Patrol. There you go. You do see that there are a number of patrols sort of making their way around the outside of the fence. There's not loads of them. Like there's probably two parties of patrols working on either side, kind of on either side of each other.
Can I gauge how long they're taking to go round? Like how long of a period we have potentially to get in undercover?
So based on this kind of short time that you've observed, you're not too sure. It's going to be. It definitely looks like there are a few minutes, kind of where one side of the compound is completely kind of unwatched, as it were.
Okay.
Also with that perception check, Della, you see that the main entrance to the windmill is this big set of what look to be oaken doors that have been painted white, and on the side of the tower itself, you see that there are no windows, with the exception of one, which is about midway between the ground and the propeller.
Okay.
On the front side.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And with that information under my belt, I will head back to fill you guys in on all of that. And my suggestion would be is that we try and sneak through the guards.
Right.
If we are going in.
Yes.
We try and what through the guards?
Sneak through the guards.
Sneak through the guards.
Sneaky.
Yeah. Are we good at sneaking? Do we like sneaking? We like sneaking.
Shall I? Do we need to do a stealth roll?
Well, you won't sneak past them with that chair creaking like that, Otto.
Mm-hmm. Oh, can you hear my chair?
Oh, yes.
Is it creak?
Never mind.
Yeah. So what are you guys thinking with the information you got from Della? What kind of plan are you forming?
I mean, do we just want to go through? I think climbing up for a window is not the best idea. Though I could do that.
You say it's like a compound. What sort of buildings are there? Are they, do you think maybe our I was going to say our friends, we don't know them. But these people might be held in one of these buildings?
I mean, I wouldn't know. We could try and get a patrol and talk to them. But that could go horribly wrong.
I mean, you mean grab a patrol and drag them away and then...
Interrogate.
Yeah. You know,
torture them
the usual
until
stuff.
they
No, no one said torture. You said
torture,
torture, not me.
negates the idea.
Well, I mean, it could be, mental torture, emotional torture.
Or bribing.
Or bribing! That's
Financial
a good idea.
torture. Financial torture.
Have you got lots of money for that, Della?
I mean, I don't.
Well,
Right.
what do they regard as a lot of money?
Platinum piece? That's a lot of money. Same as what you and I would
don't
regard
have
a lot
that.
of money.
Well, maybe they might regard a silver piece as a lot of money.
Could be, less likely. I think, what's an average wage? I suppose a gold piece a week? Is that right, Dom?
Make a society roll.
Okay. That's not very good at all. 8.
Yeah, sure. Gold piece sounds about right.
Yes, gold piece a week. That's so a platinum piece is like 10 weeks. 10 weeks' wages. That's a lot of money.
Is that all? I always
No,
thought
that's a lot of
platinum
money.
sounds more.
It's lots of money. That's like 15 grand in new money. Don't know why I'm saying that as Alwyn. We can give them a platinum piece each to give us info. In fact, do you know what, Della? You're probably the most unassuming of all of us. Why don't I give you 2 platinum pieces to get the information?
Della's eyes brighten a little bit.
You're not
Give me
to
2
keep
platinum
the
pieces.
change. You're not to keep the change. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah, I can take that off your hands.
Do you want to cast a thievery roll?
And bring me back a pack of 20 B&H whilst you're at it.
Can I roll to see if Owen actually hands me his coin purse rather than the 2 platinum pieces?
No, Alwyn is handing you 2 platinum pieces. Very carefully.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's the most money I've seen in a long time.
You know what it's
Della's-
for, don't you?
Della's going to just walk off. Come back 10 minutes later, say yes, guys, they totally took the bait. It's in a pocket somewhere.
And I got these new
No,
boots.
two wasn't
And a
enough.
horse.
I need 5.
I'm sure Della doesn't need ideas from the GM, thank you.
Okay. Is the idea that I'm sneaking down on my own, or are you all coming with me?
I'm
the
stealthy.
I think you should go on your. We should keep a distance.
I think yes. Let's go somewhere where we can keep an eye in case it all goes a bit south.
Yes, and then if they
But
kill her,
hide.
we've got we have a head start. We can start running.
Don't like this plan. And we want to gain access to the tower. Is that we want access to where they're keeping them? Yes.
We want to find out where they are, and then we want access. Yes. Do you want to take Chardonnay with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does Chardonnay like me?
I don't know.
Yeah, you'll soon find out.
Yes.
Can any of you talk to animals?
I can try.
I can talk to dragons.
There you Chardonnay is not a dragon, sadly.
But we could find a dragon. I could ask the dragon.
Can I command Chardonnay to guard Della?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Obviously, Della can't issue any commands to Chardonnay herself.
No,
but
to guard Della would be, if it does all go tits up, Chardonnay will
defend her.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's a fair assumption. Chardonnay does have reasonable intelligence for an animal, and obviously, if you give him a specific command, then I think if that command is guard Della, he knows who Della is, and basically, if someone tries to harm her, he will act in her defense. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
That's fine. Absolutely fine.
I did just check, and Alwyn's intelligence is higher than Chardonnay's, but that was questionable.
Della's might not be actually.
It probably is. But yeah,
what is Della's intelligence? Out of curiosity,
it hasn't got any bonuses.
Oh, it's a 0 then. That's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's higher than Chardonnay.
Oh,
it's higher than Alwyn.
It is higher than
Alwyn. Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Have you not noticed Alwyn's not the sharpest tool in the box?
No, I've not noticed.
Okay.
All right. So Della, you are taking
really,
Chardonnay.
Really, you haven't noticed.
So Della, the plan here is you are taking Chardonnay, and you're going to go and have a little chat with some of these Winter Guard. Is that correct?
Yeah, Amos, are you coming with?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
We'll get this done. Sneaky.
Okay, so it's Otto and I who are going to hide and keep an eye.
So first up, Della and Amos. Where are you going to talk to the Winter Guard? Are you approaching the two on the gate, or are you approaching one of the two parties that are on patrol around the outside?
How many are in the patrol?
So in one patrol there looks to be four humans, and in the second patrol there are 2 humans and an ice troll.
I don't think we should mess with the troll.
The 2 on the gate.
Yeah.
All right, and so Della, Amos, and Chardonnay are going to be approaching the 2 sentries on the gate. What are Amos and Alwyn doing? Otto and Alwyn doing?
Watching.
Is there a grassy knoll that we can
There is
hide
not.
behind?
You are in a frozen wasteland. There is no such thing as a grassy knoll. There's
We
a couple
just look like we're nothing to do with them.
and particularly it certainly looks like the area outside the city walls appears to have been purposely cleared and flattened.
It's like they wanted to see people that approached.
Oh, Otto! You cast your cozy cabin.
I could do, or we could just sit down and therefore make something that's smaller to see and not move much, not draw attention to ourselves.
The floor's cold. I'll get piles.
How can we be stealthy? I know. Let's build a cabin.
Yeah, this is why.
Let's build a house out of thin air in front of a city run by witches. That'll go really well.
Yes, but no. Look, the idea is we're supposed to be sort of adventuring. And
I like the idea of like every time a guard turns around, their house has moved a little bit closer.
Yes.
Yeah, it's because we're adventuring, so we're here for a break, and
I think if you're just sat down, sit on your cloak or something, and because if you're sat down, you look for one, you're harder to see. For 2, and especially because you're not moving, because you're a smaller profile, you're not moving, and even if someone does see you, you don't look like you're doing any harm by just sitting there.
Fine. If it happens, you're applying the cream.
I mean, didn't you bring
fine.
something to sit on?
I brought some specially.
Do you have like a sleeping
I've got
bag?
in my adventurous kit a pile cream.
Sorry, Amy.
Do you not have something to sit on?
It's like, no.
Hmm.
A cloak. Not.
Cloak.
No. Like a travelling chair or a camping chair.
Have to invest in a shooting stick for Alwyn.
I mean, I suppose my bedroll.
Yes, sit on that.
Sit on that. Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. And how far away from the gate do you want to be when you're kind of sat down?
70 feet.
70 feet sounds good.
Yeah, I think you can be 70 feet away. Sure. Okay. So, anything else? Any other changes to the plan you want to make before you put it into action?
But just to be on the safe side, Alwyn wants to have his bow and an arrow out. He doesn't want to have it knocked and drawn or anything, but just like ready to draw if it comes to it.
All right. Okay. I'll say you can have your bow drawn at least. That's fine. Okay. Might raise a few eyebrows if anyone sees you, but it's not very busy right now, so perhaps you'll get lucky.
Protection against bears. We're here hunting bears.
Would it raise more or less eyebrows than the giant cabin just appearing?
Probably less, to be fair.
I would think so.
That's a good question.
Hunting lodge.
There we go. All right, so
They open the door and a shark comes flying.
Change of plan, everybody. Change of plan.
Yep, I agree.
You would not believe the day I've had today.
oh dear, that's definitely plan B. If this all goes tits up, cabin shark.
Yes.
Now there's a film that needs to happen.
Yes,
Yes,
I'll build
it really
the cabin,
does.
fill it with water, and then transform myself into a shark. Let them try and get me then.
Just to digress a second, if Cabin Shark were a film, would it be about a shark within a cabin, or
Yes.
would it be about a cabin that is a shark
Oh, I would say shark within a cabin.
within a cabin? There we go.
But Cabin Shark 2 might be about
That's it.
a shark.
Shark in a cabin,
Yes.
like a snake on a
It
plane.
could just be about
Cabin
people
Sharknado.
selling cabins for money.
There's a tornado of cabins filled with sharks.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Oh, this is just getting silly now. I wish I'd never brought it up.
That's the point. We are fighting witches, so if you cast Cozy Cabin above the witch, it'll drop on their head.
Does gravity work on a cozy? Like, can you cast it midair and it falls down?
I tell you what. Maybe if this party survives all the way to face Elvana herself, you can find out exactly how that interaction will work.
I mean, it takes a
Yeah, we'll write
minute to
that down.
cast, so you'd be dead by then. But it's a
No,
thought.
but yeah, I've got an idea, but I'll keep that.
Yay!
Right? Are we going to bribe these guards then?
All right, okay. So Della and Amos with Chardonnay in tow. You begin sort of walking toward the gate of the compound to speak with these two sentries. Meanwhile, Alwyn and Otto, you hang back just a little bit to give yourselves a little bit of separation, so that it doesn't look as though you're obviously all together. And then after a short moment, you start making your way in the same direction, so you can get a bit closer and kind of be there if you need to. Amos and Della, you begin to approach the gatehouse of this of the compound, and you can see that one of the two patrols on the outside of the fence has just passed the gate itself. They're kind of sort of moving away from you, and will be sort of heading around the corner in short order. And as you approach, you see that there are these two sentries, these two armored sentries on the gate. One is a human male, and the other is a human female, both with sort of quite vibrant blonde hair. And as you get closer, you see that they both have quite deep green eyes, all fully armoured and dressed in the colours and the regalia of the Winter Guard of Irison. And as you approach Della, the woman is the first to address you as the two kind of they see you approaching, and they stiffen as you approach. And the woman calls out to you. Meal market's closed. Come back tomorrow.
Oh, forgive me. I did not realise the time. Hello. And I would like to use Glad Hand and make an impression, if I can.
Talk to me about Glad Hand.
First impressions are my strong suit. When I meet someone in a casual or social situation, I can immediately attempt a diplomacy check to make an impression on that creature rather than needing to converse for a minute. I take a -5 penalty to the check. If I fail or critically fail, I can engage in 1 minute conversation and attempt a new check at the end of that time rather than accepting the failure or critical failure result.
Oh, interesting. Okay, roll that diplomacy check.
We definitely sent the right person to do this.
We definitely did.
Well, don't say that yet. I haven't rolled. So I rolled 25 -5. I got 20.
You got a 20. Okay, a 20. I can tell you, Della, is a success. So what? So kind of as you approach, and you sort of call this out. The woman, she was looking quite hard in her demeanour, very official and callous. And as you sort of call this out, oh hi, oh hello, I didn't realise the time, all that sort of thing. She softens a bit and she says, oh I see. All right. You must be new in town. It can. I appreciate it. The operating times can be confusing if you're not from around here.
Oh gosh, yes. I always keep missing it. How long has it been shut for?
The meal market is open from sun up to sundown every day. So you've missed it by a couple of hours, I'm afraid.
Oh, do you think everyone would have packed down by now?
Yes, and you sort of look beyond her, and you can see that the various wooden stalls are all completely empty. Okay.
I've got another feat that I want to use, skill thing that I want to use. And I'm terrible at acting out this type of thing. So basically, what I want to do is discuss what is sold there with the guards. Now I've made an impression. But by doing so, I'm going to try and use discreet inquiry. When gathering information, I can hide the true subject of my inquiry among other topics of little interest without increasing the difficulty of the check or taking more time to gather information. Okay. So kind of what I want to do is get an idea of like the layout by just sort of discussing about the shops and stuff, and if I can try and ascertain where people may be held.
Okay, let me see if I can help you out a bit with that, Amy.
Yeah.
So kind of what was the last thing you said to her?
So I was asking about whether or not they were still there, and then I'll be moved on. Oh, so what sort of things have I missed?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So kind of as she says to you, yes. I'm afraid the meal market is only open from sun up to sundown. All of the sellers will have left for the day now. I'm afraid. Was there something in particular you're looking for? Are you after meal? Are you after bones? Something to commemorate a fallen friend who found their way here.
Yeah, I mean, funny you should say found a fallen friend who found their way here.
All of the above.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not there. I can't.
Yeah.
What he said.
Okay, so if it's if it's she does sort of usher you a bit closer to her, and she says, "All right, well, in when you do come back in the morning, if it's commemorative meal that you're after, when you come here at sunup, you'll need to join the queue outside the main gate. All commemorative purchases are handled by the Master of Bones himself."
It's quite fascinating how they produce all of this stuff. Is there a reason why people can't go in afterwards? I'd be quite curious to see how everything's made.
Unfortunately, Master Igorin is Lord Igorin is a stickler for efficiency. He doesn't like people wandering around his operation after hours. I mean, there are still some workers working inside, but as I say, Lord Igorin doesn't like outsiders messing with his business.
What if
believes in efficiency? Does the Master of Bones?
Yeah. What if I mean, obviously you know your way around the place. Maybe you could give me a little tour, and then I'll slide over a platinum piece quietly.
Give me a diplomacy roll, Della.
Oh no. I'm going to use my hero point because I rolled a 1.
Oh!
Oh, that would have been fun.
What did you roll the first time?
A 1.
Oh, okay.
So my second roll, 25.
25,
no,
okay.
27, sorry.
27, all right, okay. So as you as you sort of produce, as you flash this platinum piece, I'm assuming being careful so that her partner doesn't see it.
Yeah.
She sort of she looks at you, Della, and she looks at the platinum piece, and she lowers her voice a little bit, and she says, "Sorry, citizen, are you trying to bribe me?"
Consider this a token of good faith.
She looks around. You see her eyes shifting left and right for a second. I don't see any harm in a tour, I suppose. I can't do it for you now. Master Igorin, Lord Igorin will certainly notice Lord Igorin will certainly notice you if I take you inside now. But come back tomorrow. Ask for Sergeant Malin, and I will see what I can do for you.
Sergeant Malin.
Malin.
Nice.
Sergeant Malin Araska. This is my brother, Galen Araska.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
He gives Galen gives you a very gruff nod. And you said your name was Della, eh?
Yes, that's me. And this is my good friend Amos, brother Amos.
I see. Visitors to the city, are you? Guests of the Stilyagi, perchance? Looking at your garb.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got a look about you.
Oh.
I know the Stilyagi all too well. As I say, you can tell. But yes, I will take your offering, as it were, for now. So come back in the morning, and I will see what I can do for you with regards to a tour.
Oh, wonderful. I look forward to it. And is her brother now included in this conversation?
Do you want him to be?
I don't know if...
When he was introduced, he literally sort of gave a gruff sort of nod and a grunt in your direction, and then went back to kind of watching
okay.
the road.
Never mind then. That's okay. Cool. I think we've got what we've came for. Yeah, let's go. And I'll head back. Not like in a direct direction to Alwyn and
without
Otto,
having
but like
to throw a single punch.
Yeah. Sneaky.
Yeah. So you. there's still time, Darren. There's still time. So Della, you sort of start making your way back away from the compound of the Bone Grinder, sort of roughly directly back towards the gate of White Throne itself. Otto and Alwyn, you see Della sort of talk with the sentries for a few minutes, and then she, without any sign of violence, she steps away and begins to walk back toward the city.
Oh, they didn't get killed then.
No. But they didn't get inside either.
A mixed blessing then.
So that'll mean I'm getting 2 platinum pieces back.
Yes.
Won't have cost me anything.
Don't forget. Hasn't cost you a penny.
No. That's something.
Would I get your hopes up?
So are you heading back to the city or back to us?
Well, I'm gonna... Obviously, you'll see us leave, but I'm not going to head straight to you, because I don't want to make it too obvious. So maybe if we can converge behind a snowy hill.
Yeah,
away from the gate.
So Alwyn and Otto, I think it's fair to say that you can see Della kind of looking discreetly in your direction as she walks away.
Yeah, I'll give you a bunch of like secret hand signals that you don't know what they mean.
Yeah. Did she just call you a wanker?
I think it's fair to assume that she's trying to get your attention.
And
I'm just giving you both the middle finger.
Right, let's skirt around and converge with them on the road. And that's the plan. Right.
So you're gonna. So yeah, you rejoin Della as she walks back towards the back towards the city. And yeah, Della and Amos. Within a short time, Alwyn and Otto have rejoined you as you're making your way back towards the city.
Cool.
No joy then.
Hands together. No, mission success. We've got ourselves a little tour tomorrow morning.
Okay, that's good. I think.
Yeah, we've got ourselves entry into.
What if they get killed tonight, though?
Why would they get killed tonight?
Why wouldn't they?
I'm confused.
Well, they're prisoners. They're prisoners,
He doesn't mean the people that you spoke to. He means the prisoners.
Oh no, the people we're here to rescue.
Oh, are they meant to be killed tonight? Is that?
Well,
is that
we
what's
don't
happening?
know. We just know that they were brought here.
Okay.
Well, to be clear, you don't know they were brought there at all.
No.
Sorry, that's my chair.
They were brought there.
There were two. You were told that there were 2 places that Solvik suspects that they would have been taken, either here to the Bone Grinder or to the Ifang Arena in the Troll Quarter.
I mean, these are slightly important prisoners. They're not going to just kill them straight away, are they?
Well, it depends. I mean, if they've already given up their information, then they're of no use anymore. Or if they're being steadfast and not giving up information. How long ago did they disappear again, Dom?
You were told. I can't remember exactly how long ago it was. It was fairly recently. You were told that this group of rebels, they found the mole in their midst, like just as the mole was telling the guard where to find them. They were able to kill him before he gave away any kind of really damaging information about heralds, but their location was compromised. They were captured and they were taken to one of these two places. Solvig also told you that if these people were scheduled kind of to be killed, they probably would have just been killed already. If they hadn't been killed outright, and he knows that they were, and he knows that they were captured, if the regime wanted to make an example of them, they would have been sent to the Ifang arena. If the regime wanted to maybe see if they could get more information out of them, they would have taken them to the Bone Grinder.
I mean, yeah, they're not letting anyone in, and I mean, it's a good place to leave people if you don't want to leave a trace, I guess.
I suppose it's. I mean, the evening's still quite early in the evening, sort of. We can always go and have a look at the Ifang arena tonight. Maybe?
Let's do that.
Yeah. We could do that. I mean, we've got a way in tomorrow morning. We may as well wait till then.
Yes, we've got to do something till then.
So yeah, we could check out the other place.
Or we storm the place now. It's,
Well, I mean, I quite like the person that I just spoke to. She seemed all right. I don't want to just go smash her face in straight away.
Oh, you don't have to do that. Brother Abe also be happy to do that.
Certainly, what? I thought there were two guards.
I do like the idea of visiting the arena.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Did you have to use the platinum pieces?
Yes. Here is one back.
Yeah, you only used one. Excellent.
But you getting it back is not an easy thing. Della keeps hold of it just slightly a bit too long.
a bit longer than is entirely polite.
Yeah, she did think about it.
I'm sure she did. All right. So, are you making your way over toward the Ifang arena?
That's the plan.
Right, okay. Well, in that case, you all kind of reconvene and make your way back into the city of Whitethrone. The guards on the gate give you a cursory sort of sweep of your papers, which is accompanied by a vaguely puzzled look. One of them looks at you and says, "No luck hunting them bears tonight, then?"
No, they're hibernating. Apparently, can't find any buggers.
All right. Well, on better luck to tomorrow, eh? On your way then.
Thank you.
Okay, you make your way back into the city of Whitethrone itself.
That was quick thinking there on my part. Hibernating. See, that's the thing bears do, isn't it?
That was very clever of you.
They hibernate and they shit in the woods.
Like the Pope?
Yes. You know, as a monk. Yes.
Was Dada saying something there?
If she was, she can't remember.
Fair enough. Whatever it wasn't that important, eh?
Nah.
All right. Okay. So, you all make your way back into the city of Whitethrone, and sort of recalling the map that you had seen in Solvig's hideout. You recall that the Ifang arena is within a region of a city known as the Troll Quarter, kind of more or less on the other side of the city to where you currently are. You know, you have to go through the district known as as the Midden, and you also have to briefly cut through a district known as the Fangs. And both of these areas of a city are to be much more more monstrous in nature. The denizens are trolls and ogres and ice giants and that sort of thing. And just as you're making your way through the Midden, about to cross over into the Fangs, you all hear a roar in the sky above you, and you glance up to see wings outstretched and gliding over the city, the form of a white dragon. And that is where we're going to end for tonight, folks.
Dragon!
Whoa! Well,
I can speak Draconic.
Yeah. So, Amos, you've got someone to talk to, and the rest of us are
What
going
do
to
you want, you fucking cunt?
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com, editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
Dragon.
You're level 5 now. You can handle it.
Yeah, we're immortal.
So you like to tell me, Stu?
We have fought a dragon before.
I haven't.
It was
there.
It was a statue of a dragon.
Yeah, it was a statue of a dragon.
And didn't it nearly kill us all?
Still counts. Because
There you go. Well, guys, we made it through the episode.
Yay!
Finally.
Yeah, we did it. Yay! Well done.
I have absolutely no idea what was going on with my fucking trying to connect to this thing.
Gremlins bait. It's because we fed them after midnight.
Yeah.